I have come to terms with the fact that nowhere is safe, and that everything will burn. Everything. There's not a thing that won't burn, basically. There were brick houses in Yarloop that went up, sheds, everything. So don't assume. I think I've prepared myself mentally by saying that I wouldn't assume that it's going to be a breeze, that you're just going to sail through it. There's going to be drama and discomfort and danger. And I know that I did experience panic because of the smoke inhalation, and using a wet towel over my face is not a good solution, because trying to breathe through a wet towel is pretty difficult, and that induces its own kind of panic. I think the advice I would give to people is to have some protective gear that will give you that sense of security that you're not going to be overcome by smoke.
Just to be prepared. Always be prepared for the worst. It's easier just to pack up your stuff and leave and come back without being affected than to have left everything behind and get caught in the fire.
The main thing is to get rid of the fuel around the house, and the things you don't want burned, get rid of the fuel. And there's nothing there to burn. The fire will be easy to control, but if you've got bushes and stuff growing right up to your house, it doesn't matter if they're green or what colour they are. When it's hot and burning like that, they'll still burn, and they'll burn your house with it. So, and have plenty of water on hand. They're probably the two most important things.
At the end of the day, the sprinkler system doesn't have to last during a fire. It needs to do its job, and then it gets switched off. Don't use poly pipe, don't use PVC, use steel pipe or copper. Place it in such a way that you can add to it or change things around. So the heat of the fire, you might be in town, the fire started, you've just got back in and you've got no time to do anything apart from turn that key. That's how simple the system needs to be.
I know so many people put native stuff against their house, and I think, why are you doing that? I said, I'll put my native garden in. I think, yeah, but it's right against your house. What are you thinking of? I really think you need to keep things away from your house. Keep it clear, and keep sort of like, I don't know, stones or something, pavings, whatever, up there, so that it's not going to catch fire and lead it straight up to your house.
This was a, let's hope once in a lifetime event where you've got incredible heat, daytime temperatures, where you've got a incredibly powerful northeasterly wind. All the best planning, all the best minds in the world couldn't plan, and as you've just witnessed in New South Wales, I mean, it moves so quickly. Your preparedness, you can only do what you think is best for your individual property.
Know your area, know your neighbours, know where the fire station, where all the points and communications, go to the community centre and ask for information that would affect your lifestyle, especially when you have children, and if you have, for instance, older parents, anybody that's got disabilities, etc., to be able to know where to go and what to do in that case.
You don't know whether the fire's going to start up today, tomorrow. You can't be complacent. You've got to be vigilant every day, especially through the summer months. And we made that mistake by 18 years and not thinking once that we'd get hit by a fire. Just, so yeah, I'd say to people, don't be complacent, because it could start up now while we're talking. So these are some of the things you do learn.
In hindsight, diesel generators, make sure your access to your water's easier. There are simple things like, if a fan belt went on the generator, we didn't have backup. It's an old generator, so, and we were pumping that much water out the bore. We actually got sand in the grumpus valves. That's a valve at the bottom of the bore that stops the water going back when you turn it off. So it primes itself. Well, we had to end up priming the bore every time. So I ended up with one of those big blue plastic drums to prime the thing. But if these things happen at that time, well, you're a bit buggered in the middle of a fire trying to prime a pump or fix a generator up. That's bad enough with petrol ones, as I mentioned.